first off, it was a real good day's work. We had our annual scrimmage here at Fort Drum. It was kicked off the right way. We had Colonel Matt Morris speak to the kids and sent a great message. And it's just been, it really was the best year we've had here at Fort Drum. And extremely appreciative to the men and women on this base for their hospitality, for all the hard work they did to make sure everything was set up right, and just the ability to adjust to the elements when we had to a few times. We had some tough weather. I had to cut one practice short, and they opened up 2 gymnasiums for us so we could still get work done. It's just been a great week. Had a chance to have a couple captains speak to our kids, tell their story, and it's to a really high degree, it's just humbling as all get out to hear those guys talk to our kids. And had some great activities this week. Had a chance to see some kids jump off I think about 45-foot wall and do some rappelling. There was an obstacle course that the kids got to go through hard, and it was great to see some of our kids face their fears. We had Antoine Cordy. We call him Giant. He's afraid of heights, and on the obstacle course there's a part of it where he had to go up about 20 feet, and as you go up, the rings get wider and wider, so he had to jump to the top, and he was hanging on for dear life. And the kids went around him, and the military guys went around him and encouraged him, and he said, "What the hell, I'm going to do this thing." And it was great to see him throw his leg over the top and defeat it. And so that's the type of week it was off the field. On the field, had a good scrimmage today. Probably got about 60, 70 plays in. George Morris had a real good run. He ripped us for a 50-yard touchdown. Terrell Hunt threw a couple nice touchdowns, one to Brisley, real athletic play. Threw another one to Irv Phillips. Irv caught it on the back shoulder, make a real nice play. We got a great battle for the number 2 quarterback going on right now. Austin Wilson and Eric Dungy. It's really becoming a heck of a competition, and it's good to see that healthy competition going on. Dungy threw a nice touchdown, made a couple nice plays, made some good decisions on the line of scrimmage today, which showed some real growth as a quarterback. On the defensive side of the ball, the first play that jumps out to me is a touchdown interception by Jawan Dowles. He's had a few of those this summer. Made a nice play on an out cut, stepped in front of it and took it down the right sideline there for about a 35, 40-yard touchdown. Stephen Clark was in the backfield all day, had some nice TFLs. Kadir Shepard showed up today with a couple real good plays, laid out and made a play in the backfield to put the offense backs against the wall. And then Dante Strickland played pretty good. He was out with a little bit of a lower leg injury. He had a good practice yesterday, came out today, made a real nice catch on the sideline, made people miss for a real nice gain. And once again, Jordan Fredericks ran the ball well for us with that second offense. So all in all, it was a very good day, good day's work, and looking forward to getting back watching the videotape. And then tonight we'll take the kids with the troops and shoot some pool and do some bowling tonight. So kind of a night off, little pizza party after we go back, watch the tape, and watch the tape with the kids. So great day, a great day to finish the football side of things. Tomorrow morning we'll get up, and it'll be interesting to see the kids go after the coaches in a little paintball. So great week, really good week. Saw good progress. Got a lot of things we have to continue to improve upon, especially with our 2s and 3s. But I saw good progress this week, and especially today with some live action out there on the field. So with that, any questions you might have?
Where do you see AJ Long kind of fit? I know he's a bit hurt, but
yeah, AJ's hand is still, he's still coming back. I think he threw 100 balls yesterday. It was rehab throws, so I think we're getting closer. But it's still going to be day by day right now.
Is he in the backup quarterback? time race?
Well, you can't be in a competition when you're not on the field. So right now we're waiting to get them back, and then we'll see how things go.
Coach,
So.
did anybody separate themselves in battles for jobs out here today? Or?
I got to watch the tape to really see what type of separation we may have at the different positions. I have 4 and 5 corners battling. As I mentioned after the last scrimmage, I trust all those kids to play some substantial football, and that wind's really picking up. That's the biggest battle I got going on right now. I think Paris Bennett has done a nice job at outside linebacker, but I'll say this: JT Thomas made some nice plays today in space. Still interested to see how the defensive end depth is looking. So not a lot of separation at those positions. On the offensive side of the ball, I think we have our 5 linemen that are playing pretty good football together. The 2 running backs have kind of solidified their spots, but I think Jordan Fredericks has done some good things, and that Jacob Hill had another good run today, which was good to see. Had a nice little scamper, made some people miss. As I mentioned, Dante Strickland. So I feel good about the H, or the express back, that the fans are calling it Floyd. I think we have good depth there with Ben and Irv Phillips, and now Dante Strickland doing some things today. I feel good about the competition. More than anything, on offense, we're trying to find 18, 19 guys to play offense for us. Same thing on defense, and not so much separation, but I see some guys closing the gap, which will lend itself to quality reps throughout the course of the game, because you got to play. There's strength in numbers, and I think we're in a stage now where we're seeing some of those 2s and 3s push, which will give some of those guys an opportunity, especially up front on the defensive line, not to have to play so many reps, and then at the skill or middle skill positions. To be able to have Ben Lewis still playing the kicking game, or Irv Phillips still playing the kicking game, because there's depth at that position will be big. So more than anything, I see some guys kind of closing in on understanding the offense and the defense better, to the point where we can trust them with some quality reps when we tee it up against Rhode Island.
It's good to see Ron Thompson off of his crutches.
Yeah.
How's he doing? When do you kind of want him back?
Well, when the good Lord tells us he's healthy and the doctors give him the green light, we want to be smart about it. We want to take it. We said 3 weeks, and we want to use those 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And same thing with John Raymond. John's doing a good job with his strength and his conditioning. But we'll listen to those doctors and just kind of take it, for those 2 a couple weeks here, see where they're at.
What has made this the best year at Fort Drum?
Well, there's a few things. I think we had a chance to really mingle with some of the captains and some of the guys that have really put it on the line. In the past, we had some younger guys, which was great too. But the messages that were sent, especially by the captains as well as the colonel, I think when the kids have a chance to hear some of the elite leaders speak to them about being in the fire, and speak to them about adjusting to tough situations throughout the course of their careers, and the messages that were sent, I think were really good for our older kids, because what it did is it lent itself to a lot of great discussions with our kids, where our kids were asking high-level questions about leadership, high-level questions about how do you continue to push on, when you see your fellow soldiers go down, and not just with injuries, but with death. And to hear those higher level questions, and have the opportunity to have some of the greatest in the world speak to our kids, that's what stuck with me this year.
What were those messages?
That's between us and the troops, but there's some unbelievable stories of heroic opportunities where men stepped up. Stories about having a 24-hour mission, and after the first hour, a guy that was third in command ends up being in command because 2 guys got killed in front of him, and pushing forward. Those types of real stories that we don't realize, outside of the military. I don't think our people truly understand just how deep it is, to the degree that these troops put their bodies, their lives on the line so we can go out and live with freedom and liberty and have domestic problems as opposed to worrying about people over there. And the appreciation is just so great for me and our team for what they do so we can go play football.
Coach, do you develop personal relationships with these guys? I mean, keep in contact with them after you leave here? Have you done that in the past? Or?
Yes, we have, and we'll continue to do that. And those are personal relationships that I hold extremely tight to my heart.
Scott, you talked about Eric